Ugh. Hey, my name's Gaz. Welcome to Better Totes and Gardens. This is the bar that just destroyed my mind while I did it up for a couple of days, and this is our story. Guys, we got a bit of another mishmashy Better Totes and Gardens for you today, because we got this. It's a gigantic bar we got from the Lame Duck. It's not particularly waterproof though, and it's gonna have to live outdoors and be an outdoors bar, I'm pretty certain. I'm not sure what Shane has in mind for this, but as you can see, weather's pretty cactus, but we're gonna make it like these tables so they can live outdoors a bit. I am 120% gonna speed this up, but I'll have a time lapse of me sanding some stuff. Here we go. It has just occurred to me while I'm doing this that this is actually my girlfriend's jumper. Thanks for being patient, darling. I'll try to keep it clean for you. But yeah, it's still going. We're still out here. Getting there. I don't know if I did a good job of apologizing to Al before. So sorry, darling. I'll clean your jumper. Thanks for being patient. Anyway, back to the flattening. It's getting there. It's getting there, people. Am I doing it right? I'm sure some of you are watching me and going, you're not supposed to do that with a belt saw, or you're doing the corners wrong, or, you know, I probably am. Do I care? No. It's looking pretty good. It'll look better when I stain it. Now, should I have done some things differently? More than likely, but that's conjecture, and I won't stand for it. See you in a bit. There you go. She's clean. She done super well. Yes and no. She's got a bit of a tiger stripe here, got a bit of a graze there. Do I give a shit? No, not really. We gotta clean it and stain it now, and then we gotta do this. But you know, you live in the bloody tote beer garden, see how you're looking. Anyway, sorry about your jumper, Al. Thanks for being patient. I really should be apologising to my bloody car. I got a state of that. Now, as you can see here, I've moved him onto some professional painting stands. I'll give him a bit of a bloody dust off, and we hit it with some stain and some oil. Because it looks in pine. Alright, so we're only interested in the bits that are going to get rain on them really, really, really easy. When that is on top of this, that's this bit. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I don't know if you want to see it. I hope so. Hope you stuck through this far. Sorry about your jumper, Al. Yeah, so boring as bat, really. Sand it off, stick some paint on it. Then I gotta put it away because the pub's gonna open. It's gonna be full of people. They're all gonna lean on it and get shit on them. All right, she's done. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I had a bit of trouble getting into the corners with the sander. So she's vintage, or in my world, Bloody, that would be a vignette. But let's call it patina. Let's call it age. Let's call it grace. It's flat. It's ready for paint. Now I got in there and scratched him up, so it should still stick. Got in the corners, got all the dust out, giving her a good wipe down, which I'll probably do again because it still feels like. Anyway, she's ready for paint. And look at that. I reckon that's looking pretty good. Now, I stuck it on pretty dumb thick, as you can probably tell by the light shining off it. But that's because it's going to be outside. And because I didn't want to use the deck oil on this one, and by I didn't want to I mean I accidentally use the floor polish first, thought I'd better put it on nice and thick to give it the best chance and to catch all the shit blowing out of these trees. You know, it's the character of it. But I reckon, because we're going to be out here doing this a bunch, so, you know, made to last, not necessarily the pretty. Made to, far out, can't even bloody talk. Made to last, not necessarily made to look pretty. But anyway, I think it sort of does a bit of both. I actually don't mind the little dark bits in the corners. Yeah, anyway, we go stick some more on that guy over there, and then we'll let him sit for a bit.
The next day.
Alright, we are back. I'm sure a number of you noticed yesterday I wasn't wearing a respirator, and I have paid the price for that today. Jesus Christ. What else I paid the price for was the fact that I went home and it pissed rain. So I didn't film it because I was grumpy, but I came back in and fixed up a bunch of rain spots. But that's okay, because I'm not a big fan of the colour, to be honest, and I'm going to try something out. It might be good, I don't know, but I think it's going to look better. We got a couple of things to do today. We are going to put some casters on the bottom of the bar so we can move it around, because the other thing I didn't film yesterday was how much of a pain in the ass it was to put back after we'd done it. This is slowly turning into an episode. I literally thought this was going to be 5 minutes in another idea I've got, but here we are. So anyway, I'm going to mix some shit up in a coffee cup. Alright, what I've done here, I found a tiny little bit of the stain we did inside with upstairs. So it's just a dribble of it in this because I don't want it that dark. But it's a bloody experiment, so we'll f***ing see, eh? Well, it's chocolated her up a bit. I don't know. I suppose you'll have to come down and look at it and see if you like it. And then I think that's the only way you're going to see the little bits where, fucking hell. It's going to have all sorts of great stuff like bits of the trees dropped out into it, which I'll pick off here before it goes. F it, it can stay. 10 points if you find that bit. Yeah. Look, she's not perfect. There's definitely some fucking scratches where I got carried away with the belt sander. But we'll leave it here to dry for just a second, and we'll move on to the next job. I'm not entirely sure you can see this because it's a bit bright out here. However, as you can probably see here, she's bloody disgusting all that dirt and carry-on. And if you keep leaving it there, it's, see that black, that's mold, and that's going to turn into rot. So we want to put her on, I hope no one needs these, some castorinos, so we can wheel her around. Alright, I did some investigation, because you got to remember we got to do this with what we can find around the joint, but that's alright, we're here to do it. Now, these buggers are too wide for the bottom of that bar, so I don't have quite enough wood to do a whole frame underneath it, and I don't want to bring it up too high because it's already a pretty tall bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this bit of fucking wood that I found. It's some kind of diameter. Looks so bloody, it's not 4x2. Whatever, it's something. It's going to do the trick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little half seats that are about the same size as, and I'll get both, about the same size as that. So it just takes up one side and the bar will take the other side. So it's only going to get as high as the casters. Now, in the spirit of doing everything else for free, I've had to use what I could find lying around. Now, the only things I could find strong enough to take the caster wheels are these roofing screws, pain in the ass, but they're going to be more than adequate, and I'm going to get away without having too much of a washer issue. Just got to take the little rubber seats off them. I found some long wood screws, so I can do that. Bippity boppity boo. I just got to chop it all up and stick it together so I can get it on its side. Mostly so I can go have some lunch. I'm hungry. Go buy t-shirts to tee it up. Pew. I did this a lot yesterday. I pressed record and then I didn't press record. I don't know. Normally I'm only doing that, so you just missed me cut up in 4 of these. Thrilling. I'm sure you'll get over it. Anyway, I'll show you what we're going to do with them. Alright, now we got our bits of wood here and a couple of our casters, just to give you an idea. Now, see, this is the problem. Caster, too wide. Put a seat here, not too wide. Brilliant. That nail's a pain in the ass. Anyway, and then I've got to decide whether I want to make it steer from the back or one side, or probably from the back because that's where the brakes are and you want it to be hidden. Anyway, that's what we're going to do now. Good stuff. Unbelievable stuff. I'm sure someone's got an opinion about what I'm doing here, but I'm not saying that your opinion isn't valid. I'm just saying I don't give a shit. Alright, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to show you when it's done, because I'm doing 2 things at once here. Give us a break. Alright, there you go. Proof of concept. Strong as f***, and for free. I'm sure someone out there thinks I'm a wally, but I'm going to go with steer from the back because, I don't know, it seems to make sense. It makes the most sense to me anyway. Alright, matey, we're back. She's strong and you can move it without busting your ass. That's the best bit about it. Look at that. She can go here. Look at this. She can go here. Let you go everywhere, mate.
Later.
We're back. I ate a pie. It was as hot as the fucking sun. Thanks 7-Eleven. I can't taste anything now. So, I deliberated last night, and it was a real pain in the ass to get whatever this varnish is off the top, and it was messing up all our sander belts and stuff. So instead of standing around with my dick in my hand all day trying to get this off and get into all these crevices and stuff, I said to Shane this morning, I was just like, let's paint it. So far out, I'm gonna do that. Top's looking good. There's only a minor amount of tree and in it. So I've dragged this over here to try and keep as much of it out as I can. But it's been sitting outside at Lame Duck for a while, and after that it was in storage. So she's picked up a bit of rot, and paint doesn't like sticking to varnish either. And I don't really want to do this every 10 minutes and come here and watch the paint peel off it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get absolutely filthy again. Not in Al's jumper this time. Sorry about your jumper, Al. Thanks for being patient with me. I'll clean it up for you. You won't even know. I'm gonna sand it I'm just gonna scratch it up a bit, just enough to make the paint bond to it, and then we'll get to painting. Now I think you've watched enough of me sanding in this episode, so I'm probably just gonna skip through it. I don't know. I mean, let me know in the next episode if you want to see more time-lapse stuff, but we're here to gentrify the tote, people. We're not here to watch sand, and I want to keep this as moving along as fast as possible, and I want to get it finished today, because tomorrow I'm going to have to edit this so you can all watch it on the day that you are watching it, which is Monday next week. Anyway, that's enough of me sitting on the ground. Let's do it. Alright, we're back in the room. I know to you guys it probably looks like sweet f***all's been done to it, but I promise you I've been sanding this thing for what feels like an eternity, and it's ready to take some bloody paint. So what I'm thinking about doing, some consultation with the boss, Sorry, my phone's beeping at me. I'm gonna leave these guys wood, but I'll redo them. These guys I'm not gonna bother with. I'm gonna leave them because they're gonna be under the bar anyway. And I think it'll be cool if there's a bit of wood up the top here. So this will be green, this will be white, tied in with everything. Give it that bloody pub look, you know? Like, just fucking, you look at it and you're like, pub. Anyway. Nonsense. Hello from half an hour in the future. I've done this with all the finesse of a 16-year-old moving out of their house with holes in the walls, or my bloody bathroom painter. I don't like that you painted my bath, mate, but I get it. You may have noticed I've gone back on my wood just because there was a massive ball ache. No other reason than that. I don't have a proper cutting brush. I don't have any tape, so she's getting painted. So now it'll be white, all the rest of it green, which honestly, it'll look just as good. Now, just for a good time, I hit all this again. I hit all through here, everywhere water can get, all the walls, up, all the bottoms, all underneath, because it all comes up. Everything rots from the bottom, so made sure to get all in there, all around, all up in here. All this is painted now. Keeping this wood, because I'm a fancy boy, very fancy boy, and I think it looks fancy, don't you? You can't see my head, I framed this terribly anyway. Okie dokie. Well, you have to go to the Imaginarium a bit, because she's pretty rough as guts at the moment, but you get the idea of what I am now going to do. I am going to do this cream. I know it looks white on camera, but it's going to be cream. I have to get a cutting brush to do it in properly. That's why all those edges are rough as guts. When you come around here, it's a beautiful warm wood finish, all waterproof. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I didn't intend this to go on to a 3-day bloody thing, but I'll be here tomorrow after I do my actual work to finish this off. But that's where we're up to. It's 4 o'clock, the pub's about to open. I've got to get this somewhere where no one's going to bloody lean on it, because otherwise you'll end up looking like me. No one wants that. I've got a rough enough head. Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie, it's got a bit of shit in it, but that's what happens when you're outside doing stuff. There's a big one just there. I'm going to leave him there though, because you know what? It's part of the life of the artwork. That's what they say, isn't it, in capital A art? Life of the artwork? I wouldn't bloody know. This is looking absolutely way better than it did today. It's all dried up in the sun, all waterproof, nice and thick now. Like, again, you're not going to see it on camera, but I'm sure, as I know a few of you do, you come down, look on this end, there's shit stuck all through the bloody lacquer or whatever. It's an outdoor bar. Let's come around here. This side, this end, look, she's got a tiger stripe. The belt sander got into her here, and it's a bit shit. From where it's come from, who gives a toss?
The next day.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is the next day. Now, I came in this morning just to get ahead of it and put a second layer of green in. Now, a few of you are going to notice when you come in here that I went a little bit quick yesterday. There's a couple of runs. I don't know. There's runs there now. Ring me mum and tell her boy's not a painter. Don't really give a shit, I'm a filmmaker. But yeah, it's not my best work. Sorry, Shane. But we got the cream here, which I'm not going to open on my table and spill everywhere. But that's fresh. So now we got to cut in these bits. It's drying up pretty good. Some scientist lent a board against it yesterday and had a bit line on it, which, you know, happens. It's a pub. So let's get to it. I'll tell you what, for a painter I'm a pretty good filmmaker, but what a pain in the ass of a job that is. But you get the idea. I've got to fix up a little bit down here and there. But it looks like I have to come back and have another shot with the green anyway, so a little bit there. Whatever, we'll get it done. But you get the idea of what I'm going for as well, which is what's really important. It's what I see, not what everyone else sees. I think that's how it works. Let's keep going. Well, that is how they say in the classics, a cunt of a job. Holy. She looks good from back there though. I'll tell you that much. This is how far away, this exact distance from here to here, you should ever get to it. I don't know why you're ever going to get closer than that, but yeah, if you do, I don't know, it's just annoying. I don't have tape. I don't know that tape would make any difference to this actually, because I need to get it done today. But yeah, she's a 10-footer. Check it out. First bit done. You might be asking why the you're so far away from it. Because honestly, this is where it looks the best from at the moment. I did come up with a tip for anyone who wants to do this kind of decorative cutting. I don't know what the you call it, but it's good. You get Google and you open it up and you search painter. You get some other to do it because it's fucking troubling. I'm deeply troubled at the moment. There's shit everywhere. I can fix it. I just wish I didn't have to. And I'm sure anyone that's done this before for the first time knows exactly what I'm talking about. You get the vibe. It does look like it came from your grandma's house. I'm sure the bar top being on it will make a difference. But fuck me. Just gonna let that have a think. I'm gonna come back with some green and fix up some of the real bad spots, and then I'm gonna lie down on the floor and die because this has destroyed my soul. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying seeing me go mad. Well, I got no idea if I'm in frame, but I thought I might as well film a bit of this because this is my madness. So you gotta get this a sniff of paint on, an absolute sniff of paint, and you push it into the side. Hang on, I'll do one properly. Sniff of paint. Yeah, push it into the side just ever so slightly, and just run him along, and hope you don't get f***ing paint everywhere. Oh my god. This takes like a zen amount of patience, and that I clearly, from all the drips and stuff that I have to go back and fix with a small paintbrush and some green paint, I just don't think I possess it. I don't think I possess the zen. But we'll get it there. It'll be ship shape to a degree, and you can all come in and laugh at my hilarious attempts at doing straight lines. Anyway, back to it. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe this, because I'm just having a look now. Yeah, she doesn't look too bad on the camera, but I'm trying to think, like, it's got the edges in now. I got to go around and fix it up with like a fine brush, or I might use the cutting brush and actually go in and do all these bits where I've got over drips and shit. But everyone's probably had this in their life, and if you haven't, just bear with me. There's like a moment in every like nan's life where she goes a bit daffy and starts like spray painting furniture she found on the side of the road. That's the vibe this has. Like it's fucked, but you've got to tell her it's good, because she's like, you know, she's your nan. It'll come good. I just have to exercise some of that patience I just talked about not having. But yeah, it's all solid now at least. All the lines are cut in, and I've been rubbing it off so it'll dry faster, because the green's obviously a lot drier. Oh shit, I missed a bit of that. Yeah, I want to get this done tonight because I've got to edit this so you can all watch me lose my f***ing mind. But that's where we're at. Daffy Nan. That's how I feel. You can call me that if you want, I don't care. But yeah. I'm gonna let this dry and go lie down on the floor and cry. Okay, so here's the plan. I got this little brush and I'm just gonna get this green paint, go around the edges and fix up all the spots where I've just slipped over the edge. Just so it has a bit of a tighter line. It's not gonna look perfect. It's gonna look like it's been repainted by an idiot. But you know, it'll look a lot better than it does now. And I don't know, maybe my standards are too high. Maybe that's the problem. We'll see. I'll bring you back in, show you what's going on at the end. Because this is the final countdown. Sorry I sang, that was horrible. Alright, I'm just going to keep rolling out of the intro, some of you probably recognise. Look, it's got the charm of something that Daffy Nan did. I really like that analogy I came up with. But there it is all together. I'm a wobbly man. It might be the years and years and years of abuse I put myself through when I was touring. It might be the fact I'm 42. I don't know. So there's a wobbly line here or there. But I did my bloody best. And I think it looks good from every angle anyone's ever going to see it except for under a microscope. So don't go doing that to me. If you do, have a laugh with me, not at me, or both. I don't really care. I probably don't know ya. Yeah, I really didn't intend to make this into an episode, but here we are. I'll take you on a bit of a tour of my new bar. Mine's the totes. Anyway, there you go. The tabletop does look a lot better since I put the slightly more chocolatey varnish in it. It's all PVC, so it's all waterproof. I put it on nice and thick too to keep the water out. Look, it will rot. I don't know if you can see this, but there's some runs. There's some runs. There's a fly stuck in the paint there, but it's the same as those. So it looks good out here. Bit of a contrast to all the stuff. Will it stay fresh? I don't know. Will someone stick a sticker to it? Probably. Will someone graph it? More than likely. It's the tote. That's what happens here. So anyway, that's our story. I feel deeply connected to this bar. Goddamn, pinstripers. How anyone's a pinstriper? Beyond me. You must have the nerves of a bloody newborn baby. Enjoy. I hope you've liked watching Better Totes and Gardens. Shane's doing pretty good. Came in, said he was feeling crook. He's doing a real bad job at resting, but what would you expect from Shane? Keep sending the messages through. I'll keep telling him what you said. Like, comment and subscribe. Come down and drink a million beers. Take all your friends to see live music. And you can get a sausage or a beer. I'm sure they'll serve beer from this at some point. But at the moment, I think it's mostly going to be the sausages and the hamburgers and whatever else they do here on the week. Anyway, I won't hold you up anymore. Thanks for watching. See you next week.